This video is to help you with your CR, your first CR, question number 2. This is another question that involves exponents, but it's how you handled exponents back in 5th grade when you first started learning about them. So it involved powers of 10. It says in the equation, 8,340 is equal to 83.4 times n. Which of the following powers of 10 should replace n to make this statement true? Okay, so there's lots of ways to go about this. One way could be guess and check. If you're given a multiple choice problem, guessing and checking is fine. So we could try out letter A. We could take 83.4 times 10 to the first power. What's 10 to the first power? 10 to the first power is just 10. So that's 83.4 times 10. All right. So now I'm going to actually multiply these vertically instead of horizontally. So 83.4 times 10. If you need, you could do 0 times 4 is 0, 0 times 3 is 0, 0 times 8 is 0. Then we'll put a 0 as a placeholder because this moves over to the tens place. So I have to start this number in the tens place here. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 8 is 8. You just go ahead and add those together. 0, 4, 3, 8. So the issue is at this point, this is not our final answer because we had this decimal point here. So we could estimate this. We could say 83 is about 80. And if that's about 80 times 10, our final answer should be around 800. 10 times 80 will get you to 800. So our final answer should be around 800, not 8,000. And so 834 is actually 83.4 times 10. If this decimal is one place over from the right, then in the answer you move the decimal one place over from the right. You don't need any decimals running around the center. So that would be 834. So guess what? A doesn't work. Well, let's try B. Let's try 83.4 times 10 to the second power. Well, that's 83.4 times 10 to the second means 10 times 10, which would be 100. So 83.4 times 100. Well, if I want to estimate, that would be about 80 times 100. And in an earlier video, we talked about when you're multiplying with zeros, what happens? Well, 8 times 1 is 8. And then I have 1, 2, 3 zeros. So 80 times 100 is 8,000. So this is looking like this is probably going to be our correct answer because our final answer is around 8,000. Let's give a check. Let's actually do the long multiplication off to the side. 83.4 times 100. For those of you who need to, you could always do 0 times 4 is 0, 0 times 3 is 0, 0 times 8 is 0. If I move to the tens place, I put a 0 placeholder and I move to the tens here. 0 times 4 is 0, 0 times 3 is 0. I giggle because this isn't how I would actually do it. 0 times 8 is 0. Okay, now we're way over at the hundreds place. So I have to do a placeholder of 0 in the ones, a placeholder of 0 in the tens, and I have to go to the hundred place. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 8 is 8. 0, 0. Those are ugly zeros, but they're zeros. 4, 3, 8. Well, my answer here when I multiply these together is not 83,000. If that's one decimal point over from the right, then in our final answer we have to move our decimal point one over from the right. So it's 8,340. There you go. Letter B is the answer. I can give you another little something, a quick way to handle things. If you're multiplying a decimal by a power of 10, see how there's 1 0 here? You would just move that decimal point over one place and get 834. See how the exponent is 2 here, or there's 2 zeros? You would move that decimal point 2 places to the right, fill in a 0, which is how you can come up with the 8,340. It's just a quick way to go about it. So if your exponent was 4, your 10 would have 4 zeros. So you could take your 83.4. When you get to scientific notation, this is going to become a habit. But the reason why is because we're multiplying by multiples of 10. So if I have an exponent of 4 on a 10, only on a 10, the quick trick way would be 1, 2, 3, 4, fill in 3 zeros, 8, 3, 4, 0, 0, 0. So if you took 10,000 and multiplied it by 83.4, you'd get 834,000, and so on. So that's just a little extra info. Some of you have probably already stopped the video several minutes ago when you saw how to handle this problem and moved on. All right, hopefully that helps.